Hey, I'm Linnea, and I'm a developer here at Neat Corporation working on the game called Crossings. And I thought I would show it to you a little bit and talk about some of the inspiration that we took from Norse mythology, talk a little bit about the game design, talk a little bit about the world, and the combat that is in this free demo that we have available right now. So here, if you break open boxes and jars, you'll get an opportunity to get these things called fate strings, which you'll see here. I just got 20, so each one is 10, and those are a currency that I can use to purchase things outside of each run, outside of each time that I've died. The Blood of Nor here is a currency that is tied to this run specifically, so I can't take it with me after I've died. And we've got a bunch of other player stats here, very helpful to see everything at one stop. I've got 3 spell categories here. One is a push, which all of these start at a wind type spell, but as you go through the game you can see there's upgrades and trees and different elemental damages and effects that happen. This one is a lift, and this one is like I call it kind of like a sunder, but it's here. I'll show you on this guy here. It's kind of like, see, it's like in the middle. It'll find any of the enemies in the area, and it'll swirl around them or do something localized to their position. So you'll see there's like one with roots that tingles them up. There's ice that comes up from them, and those are all part of this center sort of one that you do movements like this for. And then the push one is a movement like that, and then the lift is a movement like that. I was trying to do them slowly so I wouldn't use up mana, but you can see it's very gesture based and physical, and that's kind of been our goal with the game, is to make sure that, like, you know, you are moving in combat the way you might imagine swinging an axe or a sword in real life, right? And there's a little bit of weight to it, so even if I'm moving, you know, very clearly, so here I'll move my hands together and you can kind of see, like, the weapon has a little bit of a trail, and heavier weapons feel heavier, and they'll do more damage, but it means that you can't swing them as quickly, and you can't turn direction as easily. So one of the main things in the combat is being able to block as well in order to mitigate damage being done, but also in order to stun the enemy. Or, well, I guess it's not actually a stun. They run out of what is called poise damage, but it functions similarly to a stun. So here you can see we've taken a lot of inspiration in the environment from... Oh no, there's a ghost. Oh god, oh no, I hate this guy. Okay, where is he going? Okay. Oh no, and then that guy saw me. Okay. So here you can see I'm blocking the incoming attack, and I've got a combo that this weapon does here. So if I strike down to the right, down to the left, and then down, I get triple damage. And different weapons have different combos, and they sometimes have different effects. This one is obviously damage. Some of them have like ice slow, some of them have fire, which does like a damage over time, or poison, that sort of thing. You get the idea. Then you can also see in the stats here, this one does 6 damage, and it adds 2, or like removes 2 from their poison. You'll see their stamina bar is also yellow, so that's what's removing until they kind of like bend over and get the swirly stars, so that you can kind of whack them without them attacking you back. So I think this ghost was actually protecting this set of chests here. Man, that's a lot of potions. I've already run out of potion slots here. And I just wanted to show also there's a different locomotion type that can be really cool. If you like being able to see your character, then this one is actually really cool because you get to see your outfit a little bit more. You get to see the eyes that you have equipped and the hat. And these are all cosmetics that you can unlock with these fate strings in the world. But also if you discover another person and you see how they look, it's nice to know that this is how you look, or at least I like to know this is how I look. So it's a cool way to move around the world if you prefer sort of a teleport movement. That'll teleport you instantly to where the avatar shows up. And one of the reasons that we didn't just have automatic regular teleport in the game was because we wanted to make sure that the combat, which is very location based and like movement based, wasn't able to be cheesed too much. Because the thing is, like, if you're just able to like teleport away and do distance spells or like distance attacks with, you'll see we get a bow and arrow in the game, then you know, the purpose of the timing of the attacks, the distances you're keeping with them, it becomes less meaningful. So this is when you've leveled up, you will get these rewards, and these are trinkets. So trinkets will go over here on your stat card, and this is basically how you want to choose your build for your run to figure out what strategy you want to do. So this one always gives you like a heart or a mana, and I personally am gonna go for mana because I really like doing spells. So I've gotten that as my upgrade now, one more mana pool, and here is something called like
Whispers
a trinket.
of Kvasir's wisdom are rare finds, but only one blessing can stay
upgrade.
with you.
And these will
Choose
pop
what your
up throughout
path
the
needs
world.
most.
So here's a tank build. Enemy melee damage decreased by 33%. Increased damage combos multiplier by 1. Let's see. A sword based. Well, I don't have a sword right now. I have an axe, but I could switch to a sword if one pops up in the world. Base damage of swords increased. Swords get a 25% chance to dizzy target enemy on finishing combo, which is pretty good because swords don't normally dizzy the targets. They're usually more like direct damage and not as much of the dizzy stat. So that could be useful if I wanted to go sword build. Axe, that's more damage. Easy. Done. 30% increase by 1. That's like, let me think, 6 versus 2. And the tank is enemy decreased by 3, increased damage combos multiplier by 1. Yeah, I think I'm going to do this build because I do enjoy doing combos, and I'm not very good at mitigating damage on my own. So I think that's what I'm going to do, and it costs 1 mana, and of course I just got an extra mana, so that's what I spent it on, was getting this trinket. And you can see here, I've got it now as part of my player stats. So I can always refer back to that if I'm curious about what I've chosen to do this run. I'm one of those people that always likes to open up boxes whenever I'm going through places, and I like to smash everything and get all of the trinkets and all of the upgrades. So you'll see me doing quite a lot of that in this. This forest was heavily inspired by where we live, which is Stockholm, Sweden, and the Scandinavian forests here that we've all kind of grown up in as the dev team here. And it's pretty common in Sweden as you're growing up that you'll... sorry, focus. That you'll spend a lot of time wandering the forests, you get a little lost, but you start to recognize certain landmarks, and as you do, you kind of venture further into your local forest. You know where all of your like places that have mushrooms are.
You must not let that bow sit unused on your left shoulder.
Shoot the
Wield
explosive
it.
dart.
It can pierce both armor and bones.
Woo.
Perhaps
get
even
me?
the eyes
Come on,
of fate
come on.
weavers.
Let's go. Oh, he does more damage. I should have blocked more of his incoming stuff, but luckily I've got the 33% less damage buff, which is really nice. Yeah, so you'll notice there's a lot of references in terms of the layout and design and feel of the space with the mist and the moss and the trees and the style of forest, how it feels with these large rocks, because there really are these, like, it's Ice Age where all of this was formed, so it's pretty accurate to how it feels when you're going through the forest as a child and you're like running across all these logs and finding these mushrooms and speaking to kind of our nostalgia there. So here we have one of our environmental puzzles, and immediately you might be thinking, hey, an eye that's watching you, that must be Odin. But no, this is actually one of the Norns, who are the Weavers of Fate, who are like the thing you're trying to stop in this game. These are the big baddies, right? And so they are guarding a lot of elements that can change fate, and they are watching the world, similarly to how Odin does, but he had to sacrifice his other eye in order to be able to see stuff, whereas they just kind of have this inherent power of seeing the world, seeing destiny, and being able to see what's happening. So if you stop them from seeing how destiny is shaped here, then you can come and smash. I didn't get any drops from these. RNG. Ooh. Oh, this is good. Venom damage. Up, down, to the right. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to... 6462. Yeah. I think I'm gonna have to switch to this. Because I didn't even do the axe build. I did the tank build, so that feels... And this one's golden. And you can kind of tell the swords are a little faster. Like they're not as heavy as the axe. And then the heaviest weapon is the club. But that one also does the most of this dizzy damage. And here you might be thinking, there's a lot of paths. Where did we just go? Like, what the heck is that over there? But we have this neat thing called your lantern. It's not a crazy name for a thing. But if you hold it and look in different directions, you'll see, it's going this way. It'll always point you, if you're facing the correct path, towards the Nornir, which are your enemies and bosses at the end of the game, where you want to go. So this is your fate strings are leading you to your fate, which is to defeat the Nornir. Here we got 3 enemies. Let's see, how do we tackle you guys? Oh wait, no, that wasn't my combo anymore, was it? It was up, down, and then to the right. Yeah, there we go. All right, up, down, to the right. I need to actually block too. Yeah, he's getting some damage there. Up, down, and to the right. Yes. Okay. Here's some more health, which is good because I need it. And then this guy. Ta-da! So I really don't like the spear trolls because, as you can see, they are they are a distance attack enemy, and I have a really hard time like remembering to take them out early on in the fight. So it's really good if I remember to use my bow to take out enemies that do distance attacks from a distance. I'm just trying to remind myself here now. And so these creatures that we're fighting here, you've seen some trolls, and as you get further into the forests, which here are really just like a metaphor for the afterlife. Wait, no, it's up, down, and then to... There we go. That will encounter more and more interesting enemies, more and more twisted creatures, and these are all taken inspiration from our folklore. Oh no. Okay, alright. I gotta take those guys out first. Alright. There we go. Ta-da! See, he's taking quite a lot of poise damage already. So these are troll burrows that exist in the forest. And in Sweden, when you're walking around in Scandinavia, you'll often see these like holes dug into the ground. And we do have like badgers and foxes and hares that dig these holes. But of course, as a child, you're walking around, or even as an adult, if it's dark or spooky and they're extra large, the imagination starts playing tricks on you. And the folklore has become that they are troll burrows and that they'll jump out at you, so you always have to keep an eye on them when you're walking by. Alright, let's see. Club. I'm not usually a big club player because it is slower. Here, I'll show you. So, like, the sword, pretty fast. The club, like, it kind of... like, it lags behind. It feels heavy. It's pretty cool. It does do more what I call bonk damage, which can be very helpful. But I'm more of a hit hard with high damage type of person. So here are what we call the clearings, and these are spaces where I think it's a demigod god called Kvasir, who liked to steal wisdom and give it to others. And so here's where you can do different upgrades. You can see these are the spell upgrades: Entangling Roots for a lift spell, or Ice Spikes for a lift spell, and they each cost 1 heart pool. So I can choose between those. I can choose a lightning ball as my crush spell, which is the one where my hands go like this. Lightning ball that seeks out its own targets, deals damage. And then we've got the push spell upgrade options, which are debris, damage, and lightning push. Electrifies all targets within its reach. I like this one because it doesn't just reach out to one target, it gives me multiple targets. And I think I often enjoy doing the push because it creates some distance between myself and the enemies. But Entangling Roots is also nice because it keeps them pinned. I think I'm gonna go with the push lightning spell. Give you that heart. And then I'm just gonna test it out. Oh yeah, that's cool. Oh, so this is our training dummy. So you can practice blocking. And you can practice your spells. And you can practice your combos. Right, because this sword had another combo too. It's to the right, down to the left, then down to the right. Okay. Choo, choo, choo. Okay. And that'll do 5x damage, which is pretty great. Yeah, so the trolls are really one of the, like, stories that's told. Wait, how is the... Oh, no, it was... Ah! Oh, I got the spear to hit him. That was pretty awesome. And... There we go. More mana. And then let's see if I can use my push spell. Nice. That was awesome. So much damage. Oh, and then there's more guys here. Okay. Alright. I need to remember I've got very little health, but I have health potions. There. That's almost full health now. And they got electrified. That's good. Which is also what I want. And you can see as I'm getting these upgraded weapons and all these upgraded spells and trinkets that my ability to take on these larger enemies becomes easier. My strategy becomes much more clear, and like the pattern in which I approach them becomes kind of set for this run, whereas like a different run maybe I would go super glass cannon build, right? Okay, here we've got one of the new enemies called the Draugr. You might think it's a zombie. It's actually Draugr, and it's kind of like our Scandinavian Nordic version of a zombie. And they have these like long limbs, and they can swing really, really far. And in the lore, it kind of says that they rise at night from their graves. So like as long as their bones are in their grave, they can rise and become a Draugr at night. And there's different stories about whether or not they know who they are or not, or if they're just these like mindless kind of frustrated beings. Nice. So you see when you kill an enemy and have an upgrade, when you level up, then you will kill all of the enemies in your current encounter, which is actually kind of nice. So what do I want here? I think I'm gonna continue going for... No, now I have enough mana. I'll do a health. It's always nice to be a little bit more tanky. Yeah, so the Draugrs are one of these kinds of like rising from the dead ideas, and so they come out at night, and you have to be careful not to upset them, which I obviously did. 10% bonus damage to arrows, more tank, blocking unblockable attacks mitigates 50% of their damage. Oh, that could be useful because you haven't seen them yet, but there are enemies later on in the game which have these like unblockable sort of attacks which have like a red outline, so you know you can't block them. But if I can and get 50% off of their damage, that could be pretty good. Sword build, axe build. I kind of want to go tank again. Call me crazy, but this is kind of, I think this is where I'm going with my builds now. And alright, we got some trolls on a bridge. Alright. Ah! He fell down the cliff. That's also something really fun. You can like push them or lift them and they'll fall down cliffs, and that will be an effective way to kill them, which is pretty nice. Just gonna check that I'm still going the right direction. Yep, I am. Alright, that's good. Let's see where we can go. So as you progress in through the world, right now we're in the forest, Act 1. But there's a dwarven ruin through the caves that you get to later. And sorry, I'm just... Oh, I'm running out of my arrows. Okay. Ooh. Come on. There we go. Which is more tight corridors, and it's a little bit more like a labyrinth, where you can easily get lost. I get lost pretty often, so the lantern really does come in handy then. And let's see. Lightning Burst electrifies all targets within its reach. It's the next upgrade for my push spell, but I think it costs 2 mana, which hefty amount of damage, 1 heart. I don't know, I kind of like that it just stuns. Also electrifies. I kind of maybe just want to go... Ooh, maybe I want to do ice. Yeah, I think I'll do ice. There we go. Cool. Alright. And the Dwarven Ruins are a little bit more of speaking to the lore and the history of this world. Oh no, this is Trollmother. All her troll babies! No! Okay. Gotta remember my combos. That's the extra damage one. I need to put the one on her that has the poison. That's my plan. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oops. Oh, I died. Okay. Well, that was a good run.
You've crossed over, but your home remembers you. From here, others may join your path. Kindred who defy fate.
So, that was me dying. Got a little overwhelmed. But here we can see we have, when you start the game, you have a choice. Do you want to start with axe, sword, or club? Obviously choosing which way you want to start, but there are spawns as you go along. And I tend to start with axe, which is pretty good. This is your home village, which got razed. Everyone died. There was a great famine because the skies were filled with ash from what you don't know was actually a great volcano that erupted in Iceland, which is based on a true story. And it caused all of the fields and all of the edible food to stop growing, and everybody died from lung diseases, and it razed entire villages. So a lot of people in Scandinavia moved south, but those that didn't were the ones that died. So the story is you are the one that's buried all of your family and your friends and put them to rest, and you were the last. But the fates had another plan in store for you. They allowed you to come to this afterworld and to get an opportunity to defy fate and kill the Nornir, which is pretty cool. So I've got 120 thread here. And I'll see, what do I want to wear? I can wear anything that's for 100. Brown, green, orange, yellow. I've got blue on right now. I can wear brown or green. I think I'll wear green. Nice. So now I look like that. If I go into the avatar Locomotion, you'll be able to see my outfit. Pretty snazzy. Pretty snazzy. Alright, well, thank you for joining me for this little developer walkthrough of the beginning of Crossings. Please post your questions, play the demo, let me know what you think. We are going to be hanging out in the forums, we're going to be in our Discord, and we will even be playing the game, so you might connect with us out in the world ambiently. Or if you want to find us on Discord and type in a friend code and play with one of us or one of the other people playing Crossings, feel free to come over and give that a try. Thank you so much for listening and being interested in this game that we've been building and are still building, and we hope you really enjoy it.